Hello everybody, welcome back to a World of Warship Blitz video, and in this video I'm going to do a bit of a shout out to Wargaming for the Blitz event that they held to celebrate their birthday. There's been a lot of videos from some of the contributors around loot crates and the win rates and all the rest of it, and you know, I suppose a bit of negative sentiment to the fact that some of these events seem to have an element of chance in it. I mean, if it was pure lottery, that's fine, but combining effort with lottery to create a sort of a sunk cost scenario has been, you know, seen as a little bit on the nose. But I think what I'd like to do is say, you know, how the birthday event went, and why I think it's a good template going forward. So basically, you ground out 50 victories, you could get 19,500 tokens. So there were a range of 4 ships available, the cheapest of them being the Aigle, the Tier 6 French destroyer for 26,000, sorry. So basically you're about 5,500 short. Now, you would also get tokens during the grind. So for every, for 50 victories, I worked out it roughly came in about 5,000 tokens. So sometimes I did well, sometimes I didn't. Someone who's better at the game than me may have a slightly higher total. So essentially, to make that extra 1,000 tokens to get up to 26,000 would have required, well, it would have required an extra 5 victories to make up the 500, because 50 victories, 5,000 tokens plus 19,500 is 24,500, plus an extra 10 victories to get to 26,000. Then you have the Aigle. Now I got to 25,000. I already had the Aigle. Now I could have ground out another 10,000 tokens worth, which would have been another 100 victories to get the Helena, and that's a little bit steep for me. 50 was probably about my limit. 50 plus a little bit, but that's where you know, the certainty came in. I had an option, right? I could let the tokens turn into cash, and for those that are seeing the screen, you can, at the end of this, you'll be able to tell I have a lot of silver. So I looked at the ships and I decided that, well, I'd top it up. So for $7 New Zealand, you can get 5,000 tokens. And so what that means is that I could have spent $14 to get the Helena, $21 to get the Mutsu, because that required 3 top-ups, or for 6 top-ups I could get the key, which is the Tier 8. So essentially in New Zealand dollar terms, the key is usually sells for about 89 New Zealand dollars. It does come with camo, so yeah, but anyway, about 89 New Zealand dollars. I could have got it for 42, so essentially half price. The Mutsu normally sells for about $60 New Zealand. I could have got it for 21, so pretty close to a third the price, although I would have had to top up the camo later. The Helena, I think, normally sells for about 54, although it comes with the Night Remembrance camo, which is a little bit more pricey as the camo is concerned. And I got that for 14, so less than a third of the cost. So essentially, the event provided you with the opportunity to get a premium for free, the Tier 6 Aigle, or one of the other ships for a substantial discount that actually worked on a bit of a scale. So, I mean, from my perspective, that's perfect. It gives you certainty. It means that they're not giving away the top-end ships, and I understand why they may not want to do that. And for those people that really want those top-end ships, well, I hate to say it, but there is probably going to be a component of cost in there. However, the other thing about the game is those top-end ships provide flavour. They are not better, they are different. So you get flavour with the premium ships. You do get the advantage of being able to train up commanders, but any premium ship can do that, even the lower tier ones. So for my British commanders, I've been using basically Tier 6s for the most part, and some Tier 7s to train them up. So that's a little bit about how that event worked. I did have the choices, and between the key, the Mutsu, and the Helena. Well, I have the Scharnhorst. Oh no, I don't have the Scharnhorst. I have the Gneiser now, and I have the Tirpitz. And those ships really are triple-armed mutants. The problem I have with those ships is I think the way that the torpedoes are a toggle and take the aim off the guns actually does make them a little bit harder to use. I am used to it, but the win rate for the Tirpitz is lower than the win rate for the Bismarck, and I think that I'd just prefer to stay on the guns. So the Mutsu and the Key, when I thought about them, maybe not for me. They look like nice ships when they got camo on them, and all the rest of it. So I went for the Helena, which is what you're watching right now. I've done quite well with it. I haven't survived all the battles, but I've had a reasonably good win rate, although either I have a terrible win rate when I get a new ship or a good win rate, and this is one of those good win rates which will come back into line in due course. Anyway, that's my perspective on the event. So well done, Wargaming, for providing a bit of consistency and certainty and sticking away from the loot boxes. That was really well done. For the rest of you, leave a comment, let us know what you think. Yeah, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.